European Tour in terms of 180s. He hits more per leg than anybody.
I am not shocked at that by any means. I'm really not.
40 maxers on the Euro Tour 2019.
Now, one of the reasons I'm not shocked about that is because two of the biggest hitters in the world switch more. And he also doesn't switch as much as Cross and Van Gerwen. But the one thing we do know about Nathan at this point is, a couple of weeks ago when he played Van Gerwen in the quarterfinals, he played a magnificent game. He only just lost it, 6-5.
43.
So we know he can get used to this big gap between games, which is what Desvaughn came up against in game one with Ian White. And just looking into the eyes of Nathan, looks like there's plenty of energy there.
Yeah, and he's got a plan. It straight away. As soon as he came off stage, he got his stuff together, headed back to the hotel, knew exactly what he was going to do.
I think that's the right thing to do. I really do. There's a big enough gap in between what he did this afternoon. Another one of them. Oh, he just misses.
A champagne shot from Hughes, 1-3-2. Well, it looks like he can squeeze one in there. Clattered into it. I thought he might have had to move to do so. He didn't move.
216s then. Doesn't have to move for that one.
16.
Maybe he should have.
39.
So Yoza gets himself a chance. Something he didn't expect. And something that he takes.
Jamie Hughes. Second leg is Jamie to throw first.
In the very first leg for Yoza.
I was going to tell you a little story about the 2013 European Darts Trophy when I was in the final here. Well, earlier in that tournament,
140.
I played against Ronnie Hybrecht. I had a really good first round, very pleased. And my opponent in round two was Colin Lloyd.
Josie.
100.
Josie. So I was informed of when I'd be playing, which was second in the evening session. So I turned up, I think it was somewhere around 4 o'clock. When I got here, I was told I'd got it wrong. I was playing second last, not second.
137.
And I had to make a choice as to whether to stay or go back to the hotel. I thought, nah, I'll just stay. I found myself twiddling my thumbs for hours. And I found myself 5-1 down. Somehow won at 6-5. It's the craziest day I've ever had in the Glass Palast. And ever since that moment, I grew to love this place.
61.
And I got to know every corner of this place as well.
That's a huge
prime bullseye though, isn't it?
Yeah, too good. Following his 12th max of the tournament by being too accurate.
Yeah, on the second leg.
Can't be too accurate on double four.
Third leg is Nathan to throw
As
first.
Hughes doubles his lead, and it's Aspinall who might have to take a leaf out of your book, Paul, if it carries on like this.
60.
Well, we'll start calling him Hughesy. A bit like Josie.
Aspie.
Nah, Asp is good. When I look for Nathan's statistics on Dart Connect, ASP, he's the only player that comes up. Brilliant.
Well, you won't have to look far down the list anyway.
He's near the top. Yeah.
60.
For either of these players.
Yeah, page one players. That's for sure. No scrolling needed.
Good wins for the Asp as well in this event. Of course, both of these men have had to win 3 matches to get to this stage. He saw the Finn, Kim Viljanen, with a very impressive first round display before beating Max Hopp and then Daryl Gurney this afternoon.
I think Nathan is trying to calibrate what is going on in this game. A few darts just on the wrong side of the wire. Just trying to figure it out.
He has a tournament average of over 101, Aspinall. Well, that won't help him increase that.
120.
Phantom max. Can you see the difference there for this match? Dragged that down by a point.
It's about as wide as Jamie Hughes goes with a shot at the 60.
64.
He's gone just as wide with the
Nathan
third
Hughes,
dart. It's
161.
allowed Aspinall the luxury of having 6 from here.
Yeah, wisely not using the 51, but a
83.
little slip into the 3 there. And Jamie Hughes isn't out of this leg yet. And this is a vital leg for Nathan. A clinical 78, which he did earlier.
100. Nathan Hughes,
We'll find him
78.
only one behind. Jamie Hughes is on a 130, which is very doable. So I feel this might have to go.
58.
This is a huge opportunity for Yoza.
Does he get a dart? He does. Bullseye.
105.
Hits the bull when he doesn't need it.
Nathan
Hits the
Hughes,
25
20.
when he wants the bull. That's darts. 2 10s.
2 tenths. Not 2 tenths. It is
And
2
to the
tenths,
third
and
leg,
Aspinall
Nathan
halves the
Aspinall. Well, that is
deficit,
Jamie to throw first. Game
having survived a dart for a 3-0 lead for Hughes.
I was reading Twitter earlier, and
100.
someone was talking about Jamie Hughes and his propensity to get 180s and his accuracy on the treble 20,
135.
as opposed to his accuracy on doubles this year. He's got an accuracy rate on the treble 20 in the high 30%. And on doubles, it's actually below 30%.
60.
So he's more accurate on a smaller segment of the board.
Well, in this tournament, his checkout stats are low 30s.
96.
Aspinall at 46% in the finishing stakes. If he can land a maximum here, well, he can't now, but he would have been first to a finish had he done so.
99.
But the Asp here has the chance to extinguish the lead that Hughes opened up.
81.
Just needed to stay straight.
That dart can creep in sometimes where the body gets involved. Just got to stay still and extend the arm. Extend a relaxed arm.
Yeah, it's right out of the
60.
Dave Chisnell coaching manual, that one, isn't it?
There is one of the victims of Jamie Hughes, and that's Mark McGeaney. Just got to stay smooth, and that's better.
123.
There is that little jump in Nathan's throw, which I think with some players you have to try and eradicate that. However,
100.
in my opinion, it's just part of Nathan's throw.
Well,
Very much like Peter Manley.
He has admitted he's been trying to eradicate it, and it is better than it was. And he's better than he was.
Games on the fourth
Now,
leg.
he's
Nathan
levelled up.
Fifth leg is Nathan to throw first.
Well, I think it's a really good subject to talk about, Murph, because everything that he's done leading up to major success
Game on.
and this kind of form where he's now regularly making quarterfinals on the Euro Tour, why would you change anything?
Well, you change things to improve,
60.
but what I'm impressed about the way that Nathan Aspinall is changing things, he's making small changes. He's not saying, I'm just going to stop jumping, I'm going to stop letting that back foot lift in the air. He's slowly trying to eradicate it from
60.
his game, doing it step by step, stage by stage, so he's not having to deal with massive changes all of a sudden.
I think that's smart. And I'm going to use a golfing example here of Luke Donald, who,
60.
when he made world number 1, he then changed coaches to try and get better. Well, how can he get better than world number 1? Never change a winning formula, in my opinion.
95.
You've got to simplify the game instead of making it more complicated. He's just getting into it now, is Nathan. He's a bit more gritty. And Jamie Hughes has lost the accelerator pedal.
Yeah, a bit worrying. He was just looking down to the floor for ages after losing that
97.
fourth leg. Stood in the background waiting for Aspinall to start off leg number 5.
Can be your best friend, the carpet. I can tell you that. Keep talking to it, it'll never talk back.
81.
It's a good listener.
first sign of madness, Paul, that.
Sports psychology.
I might try it when I get home. See how it goes.
Get a dog. Keeps you exercised. It's the dog that exercises you.
Jamie Maguire, 153.
Great listeners' dogs as well.
Well, Jamie Hughes is trying to get his lead back, having let go of it. And he might on double 18. What a shot that is from Jamie Hughes. Floored after losing a couple of legs, but that is somewhere to hit back.
You betcha. That was a wallop with a capital wallop.
That is his highest checkout of the tournament.
100
and he follows it for the second max of the match.
Just when Aspinall thought he had his man where he wanted him, he comes up with something like that. And that's the sign of a class player. And you wonder why we keep harping on about this guy. He's devastating sometimes.
45.
And in the BDO, he was highly ranked. He won some titles. But I didn't think he achieved enough. And maybe, just maybe,
55.
the PDC, he can feel a little bit more comfortable and play a bit more aggressively and come into his own a bit more. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, well, he certainly looks comfortable, particularly in these
47.
stage events. I mean, I know it sounds silly knowing the averages he's hit on the floor, particularly in qualifying for the Europeans, but he's getting used to it, isn't he? And I think he is kind of enjoying the lap of luxury, I guess, that is provided by the PDC. He doesn't look like a fish out of water, does he? Put it that way. He looks very, very comfortable, and it has been a
139.
very, very welcome addition to the circuits.
Yeah, as far as the PDC draft is concerned, he would have been close to a number one draft choice, that's for sure.
We've got the MVP coming next in MVG.
72 left. Double 12 for a two-leg gap.
Yeah,
more clinical natured stuff from Yoza. He is looking very, very good right now. His first quarter-final on the Euro Tour. Could be a semi-final. But that's what Nathan Aspinall's got to say about that.
The Asp is not rattled. He's come back from a two-leg deficit once in this match. He's very confident he can do it again.
Do you know what? As commentators, we've got to call it down the middle, haven't we? It's just what we do. But there are games, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to tell you what they are, but there are games where we call it down the middle, but we want certain players to win. I can categorically say that this one, I just want to watch this game, enjoy it, and call it down the middle, because these are two cracking lads, two really good advocates for the game of darts, and I don't think this is the last time we're going to see these guys duke it out.
Yeah, there was one match. I wasn't actually commentating on it yesterday, and I certainly wanted a player to win. Russ Bray.
Thanks for your help. If you didn't know, I played a challenge match against Russ Bray yesterday because of James Wade's withdrawal. If you're watching, James, I will be sending you my invoice tomorrow.
180 from Hughes to leave 161.
65.
But he followed a 153 with a maximum. Can he follow a maximum with a 161?
Not quite. So Aspinall, he, like Jamie Hughes earlier in the match, is going to have to go for a 25 with dart 1.
45. Nathan Uruguay, 65.
That's all right. One dart. A double 16.
Yeah,
massive. He is so good in those spots.
It's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
One dart is all he needs sometimes. And if he misses that, that could be curtains.
Yeah, big moment. And once again he steps up. And once again Hughes is in danger of squandering a two-leg cushion. Big, big danger.
140.
He's warming up a bit, isn't he, Aspinall? He's having to. Can't let Jamie Hughes out of his sights.
Oh, he's not playing anywhere near as well as he has been up to now, but Hughes is a little shy.
84.
However, he's improved the finishing stats, hasn't he? He hasn't power scored like he has been all the way through the tournament, but the finishing is sublime from the Midlands
96.
man.
Yeah, direct contrast to what he's done earlier in the tournament. But show me one game of darts, it's the same as another. That's what we love about it. They're all different.
96.
We've seen MVG play brilliantly today, and yesterday he was, in his own words, rather ordinary.
Yes, and he will face off
57.
against Peter Wright for the second consecutive weekend in a quarter-final. It went 6-5 last time out.
I mentioned during the Jeffrey Desvaughn match that only 2 players had utilised the practice board behind the
44.
commentary position. I can exclusively tell you that Peter Wright is about 10 metres from us, getting himself ready for that battle with MVG.
Yeah, that's why I've issued no further comment on last week's match.
94.
Plenty to commentate on in the next match, which will feature me and Dan Dawson.
Well, Van Gerwen laid the gauntlet down, didn't he? He said if he can't beat me playing like that, then he'll never beat me.
I think it's fair to say that Peter's playing a little bit better this week than he was last week. And that one for Yozza has scissored its way into that treble 5 to cover everything.
92.
And a beautiful switch.
Nathan, you got 140.
This could be the most important shot of the match for Nathan. Oh no. A wry smile. And now he has to hope that Yozza can't find 418s potentially. Or 420s. Take your pick.
Big shots. He's found 3. He moves. But he does not hit the dart at double. And he's been so good finishing in this match. But at the key point, he's missed his chance. Does Aspinall take his?
28. Jamie Uruguay.
All you need is one chance to get yourself level and you can kick forward. But if you don't take that chance, that's what happens.
Well, he had 3 chances, 3 darts at double, and sometimes it's the misses that make it.
And those misses gift the opportunity, and Aspinall's shaking his head knows he's at the point of no return now. He needs to get hot. 3 legs in a row. Here's the good news, Nathan. 2 holes of throw and that 1 solitary break. It's very, very possible.
96.
Just think back to Daryl Gurney against Chris Dobie yesterday. Dobie had Gurney on toast, but couldn't convert 3 match darts in 3 different legs. Couldn't spread the butter.
81.
Visibly despondent after that last leg, Nathan. You've got to pick your chin up off the floor and get cracking again. Got to still believe.
85.
Hughes is a leg away from reaching his first PDC semi-final.
45.
It's not a shock, is it? If he does.
No, he did reach a quarter-final in the UK Open qualifier at the start of last year, before he had a full-time tour card.
Well, we have seen from Jamie Hughes that he is comfortable playing on the floor and on the stage. Same can be said for Nathan. They have cultivated 2 different types of game. The library atmosphere with the Players' Championship
100.
and obviously the more animated tour. So we will be seeing more of these guys. I am positive about that. And I wouldn't be shocked if both of these guys won through both qualifiers on Friday night.
99. Nathan
But it
Uruguay,
is
160.
Hughes to lose. Oh my. Oh my.
140.
So many small misses in this game have cost Nathan Aspinall massive, massive chances. No double-double, straight that 60. And now Nathan gets the second poke that he maybe needed. And this is to hold
64.
and keep himself alive.
Uruguay 20.
Well, I was wondering if that was the wrong shot, but with the statistic you pulled out earlier, you can understand Hughes' preference for treble 20. However, Aspinall has clawed one back. And we are set to see if Hughes has got the mental strength. It would be a giant leap for him.
60.
Be a giant leap for mankind if he makes the semi-finals.
Not sure I go that far. A small step.
140.
But he needs to keep his arm strong and his head as well.
Oh, I've got to give you kudos on that one. That's very good. King of the corny line there.
40.
Well, had a bit of bad luck. Not sure where it was about to land, but it ended up landing on the hockey.
100.
A ton 40 and a ton in this leg. And Aspinall has done job number one. Get the throw. He has it. You could say it from this position if you are super, super confident in yourself. And Nathan has said that he is about as confident as anybody in World Darts right now. He could be the favourite from here.
Why not? We know that he won't panic. He won't worry at all. He's a major champion this year.
Yeah, he's not going to do a Clive.
140.
Clive done. Who's not going to panic and who's going to be doomed?
140.
This is very, very interesting now. It is perfectly poised. Aspinall has teed up a chance to break and force a last leg shootout. Hughes needs one treble to leave himself a checkout. Has to go downstairs now, surely.
57. Nathan Uruguay 121.
6 darts from here, Paul.
Yeah, great position to be in. There's the 11. Could have gone 60 pull if he wanted to. But that's a lovely last dart. Really lovely. No panic, just like you said. Hits the 11. Knows what to do straight away. That darting brain is clicking over really well.
Nathan Uruguay 36.
Next job, double 18. Take us all the way. Double 18 is there.
Nathan Aspinall.
Hughesy was in command.
And final leg is
But the
Nathan
driving seat is
first.
occupied by Nathan right now. And can the Asp get it all?
He has the darts in the decider.
Game on.
Has not led this darts match at any stage, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And Nathan Aspinall is a man who knows how to finish off matches and he knows how to finish off tournaments.
100.
Well, he has learned very similarly, like Joe Cullen, when he won his first Pro Tour title. He said the last leg that he played in that final match against Darryl Gurney, he learned more about himself as a dart player than any other time. And Nathan has done nothing but learn the last 6 months. He won his final against Ryan Searle, and he's done nothing but kick on since then. And that 140 was brilliant.
Would put him in his first European Tour semi-final as well, but that point is kind of not as important, having won a major this year.
Another win here for Aspinall, and he is going to be creeping towards those seedings for the later part of the Euro Tour. That's where he wants to be. He wants to be in the elite, but that 45 invites Yozza back in.
Yeah, heading into the weekend, he was 22nd on that Pro Tour order of merit, but there is not a lot of money between where he and Jeffrey Disvan are and the players in that top 16, the lower end of it. But right now, all he cares about is filling this up.
140.
Well, there was some power in that last dart. Just tried to snag it under those two. If you'd have offered him a 140, he would have taken it. He should get a dart for the match now. Supreme pressure from Yoz.
133.
Really well, call it, Paul. Call it. Who wins?
He wants another 20, but he's going to have to move. has to move for tops. Match start, number 1. And oh my word!
Well, that is quite incredible.
58.
I'm not sure where he was heading, but it's Robin Hood. And he might feel like he's been tucked up. Hughes to rub salt in the wound. And he has. Well, an incredible end to a dramatic match. This game really does provide some things, but I'm not sure I've seen anything like that with a match start. Aspinall edged out by Jamie Hughes, 6-5. Hughes moves into his first